Hey.
Hey.
So, how's it going?
I got this thing that I'm looking to work on. See if you will help me with this. I figured out that one of the best things for me, like better than therapy, is just sharing with people and hearing that I'm not alone in the world.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
would you be willing, and I would do this for you if
Okay.
it helps you.
We talk about each other's feelings and stuff?
No. Tell me stuff about you that sucks. Like tell me how you're like stuff like a bad person or insecure or have pathetic self-doubt.
I don't know what... You want me just to list the worst things about myself for you?
Yeah, like you guys do in AA.
That's not what happens in AA.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, people share their regrets in AA. I guess.
Yeah, and then you know you're not alone. You don't feel like, oh, I'm a weak shithead who fucking loves to be a drug addict or whatever.
No, that's not. It's about shrinking your ego. It's about thinking that you're not the biggest jerk in the world.
Okay, yeah, that's it. That's what I love. I want to feel like I'm not. I want to feel better. I want to feel like I'm not the biggest. Yeah, same thing.
It's not the same. And also, when I've shared stuff with you before, you're not always gracious about it. Do you remember how I told you that when I was a teenager, I took like $100 out of my mom's purse?
Oh, that was great for me.
Huh?
Well, because I have things that I think like, boy, as a kid, I could have been a better person, but I never did something as shitty as that. So I felt like, oh, you're not so bad.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't help me to hear you say that's like a shitty thing.
Okay, I won't comment on it, but assume that's what I'm looking for. But I'll make believe I'm not noticing.
So what are you thinking, that like we'll just meet somewhere and I'll have a list of like bad things that I've done so that you feel better?
No, you don't have to plan it. I think these things are in your head because you do the AA thing. Just tell me.
That's not what happens at AA. AA is like...
Don't get angry.
Didn't mean to get angry. Sorry.
You get
All
what
right.
you get what I'm after?
Let me try an example.
Yeah.
I never told anybody this. When I was 22 years old, I was filing my taxes, and I was working in New York City, but I had just moved there. Taxes very high in New York City. So I pretended that I still lived with my family in Connecticut, so I filed as a Connecticut resident, which cut my taxes in half.
That's great.
Total lie.
Yeah, because that's terrible. That's the kind of thing. That's in the. You know what would help me though? Because I'm having stuff about being a parent.
Yeah.
Falling
yelled.
short on a responsibility was kind of what I'm looking. That's great. That was pretty shitty. No, that's a triggering word for you. Not shitty. Pretty
Triggering. It's just rude.
I don't mean it to be.
Okay, I don't have kids, but I had to watch my nephew one weekend. My brother asked me to watch his son, and I was supposed to really keep an eye on him. He was like 5 years old, and I was having an argument with my girlfriend, and I took the phone call outside, and I didn't realize it, but it had been an hour. Came in and he was fine. Happened to be he was just watching TV the whole time, but I wouldn't have known. What are you shaking your head for?
That's really. Don't ever do that. If you ever watch, don't ever do that if you watch a kid.
Well, I know it's bad. That's why I'm telling you.
I know. I got to react how I react. But thanks. That's the kind of thing because I'm not alone.
You know, nothing happened to he was just watching TV the whole time.
Jesus. Thank God.
All right, let me hear you share something with me so that I can feel better.
In AA, Drew, sometimes people say, I don't feel like sharing today.
Yeah?
I don't feel like sharing today.
No, you just had me do it.
I don't feel like sharing today.
This was your idea.
I understand, but you can't make me. You just said, isn't that a thing you guys...
I can't make you, but
well, be as good to me as you are to your buddies, you know, your drinking buddies.
You don't. They're not my drinking buddies. They're my
The buddies that used to drink.
Tell me just one thing you've done wrong, even a little bit.
I am not in the mood to share today. You know what, Will? Thanks for making an effort, but let's get together another time. I'm not angry at you. Let's just get together another time.
Okay.
All right.
It's been like 10 minutes.
Hey, good talking,
I
buddy.
drove an hour here. Okay. All right. I'll get these.